This video is a general introduction on how the IELTS writing test is marked. The IELTS test is made up of 4 sections, which are usually taken on the same day. Each section focuses on one skill: listening, reading, writing, or speaking. This video is the first in a series about the writing test. These videos will provide you with some information about what to expect in the test and how it's marked. Watching these videos will help you prepare for the test. By the end, you will know what to expect, so you will feel more confident when you take the test. There are 2 main types of IELTS tests: IELTS Academic and IELTS General Training. The writing tests are different, so before booking your IELTS test, it's important to find out which one is the right test for your needs. You can find out more about this on the IELTS website. Let's have a closer look at the writing test. The test lasts for about 1 hour in total. Within this time, you're asked to complete 2 writing tasks, Task 1 and Task 2. For Task 1, you're asked to write at least 150 words. This is the shorter of the 2 tasks, so it's best to spend no more than 20 minutes on it. For Task 2, you're asked to write at least 250 words, so it's best to spend about 40 minutes on this task. Task 1 is worth 1/3 of your overall mark for writing. Task 2 is worth 2/3. That's why it's important to allow more time for Task 2. Let's have a look at these 2 different tests, starting with IELTS Academic. In Task 1 of IELTS Academic, you'll be presented with visual items. These can be statistical in nature, such as graphs, charts, or tables. But they can also be images, such as process diagrams, maps, or plans. Here are some examples of visual items in Task 1 questions. As you can see, they're very different in appearance, but what you're asked to do in each case is quite similar. You should write a description of what you see in your own words. In your description, you should summarise the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. This should be in a formal or neutral style. For Task 2, you'll be asked to write an essay. This essay will be in response to a point of view, an argument, or a problem. In IELTS Academic, your essay should be written in an academic or semi-formal style. You don't need to have specialist knowledge to answer this question. You can support your point of view with relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Let's now look at IELTS General Training. In IELTS General Training, for Task 1, you'll be asked to write a letter. You'll be given a situation, and depending on that situation, you may need to write a personal letter, for example, a letter to a friend, or a semi-formal letter, for example, a letter to your manager, or a formal letter. That is a letter to someone you don't know personally. For the second writing task, you'll be asked to write an essay, the same as in the IELTS Academic writing test. This essay will be in response to a point of view, an argument, or a problem. You'll support your point of view with relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. How will your writing be marked? Examiners use 4 analytical assessment criteria. The average score across all 4 criteria provides your IELTS score for writing. The first criterion is task achievement. This is used for Task 1 responses. It assesses how fully, appropriately, accurately, and relevantly your response fulfills the requirements of the task. It also assesses how appropriate the format is. Task response is used for Task 2 responses. It assesses how fully you respond to the task, how your main ideas are extended and supported, how relevant your ideas are, how clear your position is, and how appropriate the format you've used is. The second criterion is Coherence and Cohesion. This assesses how well you've organised your response, how logical the development of the message is, and how well you've linked the information, ideas, and language in your response. The third criterion is Lexical Resource. This assesses the range of vocabulary you use, how accurate it is, and how appropriate it is for the task or topic in question. Finally, there's Grammatical Range and Accuracy. This assesses the range and appropriacy of grammar you use and the accuracy of your sentences. The band descriptors can be found on the IELTS website. As a test taker, It's helpful to know as much as possible about a test you're planning to take. The more you know, the more effectively you'll be able to prepare for the test. With that in mind, in the videos that follow, we'll be discussing the writing criteria in more detail. We'll be looking at examples and responses at different levels, and discussing why a particular band has been given. Thanks for watching.